You have to be willing to go to war with yourself and create a whole new identity. The only way you gain mental toughness is to do things you're not happy doing. If you continue doing things that you're satisfied and make you happy, you're not getting stronger. You're staying where you're at. Either you're getting better, or you're getting worse. You're not staying the same. Our whole life is set up in the path of least resistance. We don't want to suffer. We don't want to feel discomfort. So the whole time, we're living our lives in a very comfortable area. There's no growth in that. If you choose to do something, attack it. You can hate me, but there's one thing you can't say about me, that I didn't attack it. When you're in hell, you forget how great you really are because you're suffering and you forget the great things you've done. If you sit there and have that mentality of triple down on what you're good at, you're never going to grow. You're always going to stay the same. Self-talk, for me, has been the biggest thing in my life. A lot of us have a dialogue that is crap. It's a crappy dialogue. We live in a world right now that is very external. Everything is very on the surface. Superficial. Everything. And what we're telling ourselves is what we see on TV. I had a rough childhood coming up, and I just took all that negative energy and made it very positive for myself to drive me. I'm a very driven person. I have passion that almost scares people, just to be successful and make it no matter what. Boot camp sucks, SEAL training sucks, but you know what? That's what makes you good. When you tell a recruiter that you're almost 300 pounds and you want to be a SEAL, it doesn't go too well. I got hung up on a lot. Remembering what you've been through and how that has strengthened your mindset can lift you out of a negative brain loop and help you bypass those weak, 1-second impulses to give in. Even if you're feeling low and beat down by life right now, I guarantee you can think of a time or two when you overcame odds and tasted success. Mental toughness is a lifestyle. It's something that you live every single day of your life. When I was growing up, I was a lazy kid. I was a lazy kid, and everybody goes, "How did you get to where you're at today? How did you get to where you're running 200 miles at one time in 39 hours? Being so disciplined?" I'm a big believer in doing things that make you uncomfortable. So, we live in a world where we want to be as comfortable as we can. And we wonder why we have no growth. We wonder why, when the smallest thing in our life gets difficult, we wonder why we cower and we run away. I lived a sloppy life. So I took very small increments in my life. I started making my bed. I started cleaning my room. There were dishes in the sink. It started off with doing small house chores. I saw that the yard needed to be mowed. So instead of being told it needed to be mowed, I would mow it. It's like a muscle. If you stop going to the gym or stop running, you get weak. The military teaches you these great values, but we don't keep up the discipline on our own, and we lose it. So wherever you go, keep that discipline up. Before you start a goal, let's take care of our insecurities because they are going to surface when you put yourself in the crucible and you're suffering. The reason I became 297 pounds is because that was comfortable. What was very uncomfortable was running. What was very uncomfortable was being on a diet. What was very uncomfortable was trying to face things that I didn't want to face. And I also realized, when I was really big, I had no growth. Why? Because I was living comfortable. I swam underwater for 50 meters at a time and walked the length of the pool underwater, with a brick in each hand, all on a single breath. My whole thing now is I know how to think properly to be successful in all aspects of my life. It's not about ultra running or being a SEAL or pull up records, it's about if you want to be better you have to change your perceived limitations and take the barriers down. Back in the day, what motivated me was overcoming myself. Now I believe in being a leader. I've done it all, I'm good. Now, it's about setting an example for others to follow. I can't just talk it, I have to live it. Read a record number of books in a given month. If you're focused on intellectual growth, train yourself to study harder and longer than ever before.